Hi everyone and welcome to Joe's Camera. Just a quick update. In this video we're going to do the critique and the judgment of the September, October and November Kgalagadi wildlife photographic competitions towards the end. And I want to take the opportunity of welcoming ORMS, the print room and frame room, my preferred printers and framers and probably one of the best in the world, not just South Africa. It's got the whole variety, the whole spectrum of mediums that you can print on. And I've been using them for about 10 years. They've now come on board and also are sponsoring with the Kgalagadi Lodge at the Kgalagadi Gate, and myself, Joe's Camera and Kgalagadi Photography, the platform that the photos can be posted on Kgalagadi Photography's Facebook page. Just a quick update. I've been in the Kgalagadi for the month of November with some clients and busy with some filming, some guys from overseas, and busy with a couple of productions. And it's been the exact same experience that I've had every time. It is a magnificent park. It is well run. It's something that we can be proud of. Some of the photographers that came with me has been all over the world, from Alaska to other parts of Africa, America, Europe, everywhere. And they absolutely raved about the wilderness of the Kgalagadi and the visual sophistication or the visual complexity that there is to capture in the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. Just take note as well that I've put some new prints out. I sell prints, and I have been for 20 years, collectible and prints on all medium, from prints to wallpaper to decorating photographic stuff on glass, etc. So you can visit my website, kgalagadiphotography.com or joeladegan.com. So without further ado, let's get into the judging of September. As you can see over here, Suzanne Engelbrecht once again has entered a beautiful lot of portraits. Francois Haroff once again, a regular, Gerard Tron, a regular photographer. Hugh Michler, our winner of 2021's Kgalagadi photographic competition. And that's it. It's the old stalwarts that has entered this. If you quickly run through here, you can see an exceptional portrait. All of the portraits, I specifically like this one of Suzanne the Lion. There's something to it that I like. I like and I think if you use the same method that you've used and stick with it, I think it could bring you a winner. Francois Haroff, once again, a very, very good photographer. This one over here, you can see it is one of the biggest things in the Kalahari and any wildlife area when we take photos, is the fact that you should be able to distinguish between the emotional high that you get from the actual scene itself that you're experiencing and the photographic result that you get. Sometimes it's serendipitous. You get the results on a photo that you didn't expect. Some of the best ones is that you didn't expect, and everything just got together. But this is a typical one that, you know, that scene of Francois Haroff of the lion eating there, I can't see, it looks like an eland, it's still a thumbnail size, is something that you don't forget. But from a photographic point of view, you can see that the background is that's a bit mashy at the back there. There's one lying that's already eaten. And this is a gruesome thing, and it's not really something, it's good for coffee table and for action photograph, but it's not really the thing that we put on the wall and to advertise the Kalahari on a print form. On social media and on digital media, it's exactly what one would have. So in other words, on a Facebook page, on some digital medium, to advertise the Kgalagadi as a park, you know, that could do, because it shows that there are predators, and that's what the most of people in the world come for, is to see the mega predators, and if they get a kill, that to them is the number one tick off. Francois' other, I like this one of the giraffe and the springbok. If the giraffe walked this way, it would have been a bit better. Absolutely mind-boggling landscape of Gerard Tron. Another good one that represents the Kgalagadi very effectively. This one of Gerritron is also beautiful. It's a different interpretation, a different pose that we see. I think a bit too much of the black is intruding into the core over here. I think a bit of a back trim that's been removed over here that allows this mane to actually curl further down. Could have been a bit better, but I don't know if there's something that he had to take out there. A beautiful portrait very close by. Use owl also. It's a young owl and beautiful colors at the back, beautiful backlit, and a fantastic portrait. And then a very unique portrait of a cobra flat down on the road with the sun directly into it, and I absolutely adore this. This image is the type of one that you want to take a wide angle and go right up to it and get exactly that angle with the sun, but of course you'll be taking a chance. Another good. So without further ado, the finalists for September, Suzanne Engelbrecht's Cheetah, and what's different here is I like the vignetting, because the vignetting focuses on this. It's typical parabos and shrubbery that you get in the Kgalagadi, and what stands out is this tintal blue flowers that you get sprinkled if you start looking deeper. So at first sight it looks like just a portrait, but then the flowers just brighten up the composition. Then Gerritron's landscape, it's been HDR, but I don't know whether it would have had the same impact if it wasn't HDR. It's just one of the better landscapes that I've seen. And here you've got a bonus with a windmill in this very open piece of the cloud, although the textures and the patterns of this cloud's absolutely fabulous. It allows some spot of the windmill that is quite visible and quite a unique sight and part of the Kgalagadi as well. If you look at the puddle, it's not a man-made pool with bricks and so on. It's normal. It's just a natural and some reflection in it, and the camel fawn. So this is a beautiful, beautiful landscape. Gerrit's entered another one, very well done, interpreted, and it has got the foreground, and the foreground is the road, and what actually one sees as a foreground if you drive in the Kgalagadi into the street of the dunes and into the sunset. Look at the road leading straight into the sun over there, the 1, 2, 3 colors of zones that it's got on top here, and it's an image that you just want to. This is a typical wallpaper image. It hasn't got one specific subject that overrides everything. It is the whole picture itself that is good. And then I must, because this is the first one that we see with this perspective, it's right on surface level, and luckily the cobra is standing up as well, and look at that sun reflecting through the thin skin of the cobra's head. Absolutely beautiful image. So that's that for September. Let's go to October. October, a little bit more entries. And once again, Andre Broeksma, Dominique Maria, Dominique Gio-Jooste, every year has been in the finalists. Gerritron, Gert Lamprechts, also a finalist of last year, and Hugh Mitchell, the winner. So we've got some dedicated guys and supporting the Kgalagadi photography. So what do one see pick up? I like this image of Dominique. It's a different perspective. One to think is if there's something wrong, but look how the subject is in this brighter zone with a nice blue tone, blue hue, and the fact that this is out of focus in the beginning is a technique that some people actually hunt, like Soleil hunts it and he actually does it post-process, and she got it right with it. So I've loved this as a different perspective. Beautiful portraits. Cheetah, the jackal, what stands out over here. This one over here that Gerrit's taken is a unique capture. A lot of patience went into this shot, and this is a typical shot that one actually want to see in color, but there is some distraction at the back if you look at the muddled or the mushed background, and a lot of distraction in the front here. But from an action point of view, it's a super image. I'm glad Gert wrote in a image of the last remaining culture of the Komani-san and the few dancers that are left that is prepared to actually go out and dance. They're quite expensive to organize, but yeah, very little creative photography has been done on these guys, and that's a true representative of the Kgalagadi. Gert has also entered this beautiful landscape with a good reflection, absolutely fantastic. And then there's Hugh Mitchell with his black and whites, both this one, and that one. So the finalists, Dominique, Gert Lamprecht, and Hugh Mitchell once again. That one, and I'll have to choose between them, and let's keep that one. So there's it, Gert Lamprecht and Hugh Mitchell for October. For November, a lot more entries, and you can clearly see that it's starting to move, and you get some exceptional images at a glance. Also much more from the top. Dominique Maria, our second prize winner of the previous year, Hugh Juster, always in the finals, Gerard Tron, Esti de Beer, Hugh Mitchell once again, Marianne Erasmus, also a good photographer, Pierre So, a well-known photographer, and they're battling it out. You can see how these guys are shooting it out, and I think you can see at a glance that this is the better month. It's a very creative month. And let's go straight to the finalist of November 21. Hugh Juster's landscape, absolutely dramatic. Maybe the foreground a little bit more detail, but you can't get closer. And that's it. And here the foreground is actually the background as well. I am a lover of Gerard's artistic renditions like this. I think this is an extremely sellable piece of art, and it should be marketed. It's absolutely fantastic. And this one, however, is the king. I think this is an exceptional image. Hestie has got some good action. I don't know whether this is taken in the Kalahari or Ugrobis. It's probably the Kalahari region, but an absolutely fantastic action shot. And Hugh Mitchell's minimalistic, this one talks to me. This is the type of minimalist black and white that one can still push, get a bit creative with black and white. I'll talk about that and maybe explore some other avenues with this image, but I do like the curves. Remember what we say of the foundations of composition. The C curve and the S curve is one of the most dramatic or foundational rules of composition, and here you've got repetitive C curves, C curve, C curve, C curve, C curve, C curve, C curve, almost like a bird. And you've got zones. You've got 1 zone, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones that's divided. This tree bending over another C curve, the opposite as that C curve, and it's like a mirror image from the cloud and the tree. So a beautiful black and white. And Marianne's taken the image. I like this because it's also one of our animals that's busy trying to survive with all the poisons and stuff today. They all nest all the way. They select that area of Ascom and to the Kalahari, the large camel thorn trees, because the habitat has been destroyed of these guys. They nest in the highest trees. So a good side. So that's it with regards to the September, October and November critique. I've posted on the Kgalagadi Photography's social media page and on Joe's Camera's Facebook page the entries and the prizes of this year, and go and look at the detail. Once again, welcome to ORMS as a sponsor Make sure you support the guys. Make sure you support the Kalahari. Remember to keep on entering. Make sure that you enter. Don't be scared to enter. If you think you're better than the guys that enter, then please enter.